Good evening. You're welcome to this wonderful AMA. And as you all know, I'm Tojukaka, but we have a special guest with us today. And I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to introduce him and we're going to get started. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for taking out time to come and have this beautiful discussion. I want it to be a discussion as much as possible. If you have questions, just throw them in the chat room. We have a WhatsApp group and it's open now, so you can throw your questions there. Our community manager, Steven, is going to be taking the questions and passing them to me, and then I'll give them to Stephane. So thank you very much. If you're just coming in, my name is Tojukaka, and we have a special guest all the way from Canada, the co-founder of EOS Nation, an extraordinary Bitcoin cryptocurrency investor, Stephane Bisson. Let's give him a round of applause, guys.
Thanks for having me, Toju. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here to talk blockchain and talk NFTs with all of you.
Yeah, you're welcome, Stephane. So can you just give us a brief introduction of yourself? I know I didn't do a good job.
Sure. First, can I ask you to record this? Because I'm sure many of my friends will like to hear what I have to say, but aren't online right now. So I'd like to share that with them later. But yeah, so thanks for having me on. Like Toju said, I'm a co-founder of EOS Nation, a top block producer on EOS and Wax and Ultra as well, which are all blockchain networks built on the EOSIO technology. So that's where our expertise lies. And then in the last year, me and Martin, who's our regional director of Asia for EOS Nation, Martin was one of our first ambassadors, like Toju, and eventually became one of our trusted employees that takes care of our Asian operations. He's an artist. Before he joined the EOS Nation 3 years ago, he was in the art world. He got introduced to blockchain when someone purchased an artwork of his for $300 in Bitcoin. And then he went down the rabbit hole, started working with us at EOS Nation. And then this summer, me and Martin got really interested in the NFTs. We noticed how it was getting very popular, and we dove in head first as much as we can. And now everything's blowing up, and we can't keep up with all the innovation and creativity and all the good stuff that's going on. So I'm from Canada. This is not my background, unfortunately. I don't live in the epic mountains of Canada. But yeah, so I guess that's a quick intro of who I am.
Yeah, thank you very much, Stephane. Thank you very much. For those of you who don't know, EOS Nation is a top tier block producer in EOS, and it's a big deal. If you go and check blocks.io right now, they're somewhere at #1. They provided a lot of leadership for the EOS network. They've been consistent, and I'm very proud to be associated with EOS Nation as an ambassador. Thank you very much, Stephane, for that beautiful introduction. So I'm just going to give you guys the outline for today's discussion so that you guys know ahead the way it's going to go. So we're going to talk about, I'm going to be asking Stephane some questions. He's going to tell us a little bit about his NFT background, and he's going to tell us about .gems. If you've heard about .gems, you can just leave a comment in the chat room, and if you've not heard about .gems, just relax. We're gonna give you all the gist. All right. He's gonna tell us about Wax. He's gonna tell us about how to plug into the NFT space, even as an ordinary cryptocurrency enthusiast, as an artist, whatever you are, I'm sure there's a space for you in the whole cryptocurrency NFT ecosystem. All right. So how to create NFTs, how to get started, how to create an account, all these things is going to cover for us, and then it's going to tell us, if this NFT is just a hype or if it's something that is here to stay, if there's real value in NFT. We're going to find out today. All right, so let's get right onto it. If you can hear me, I just want to feel some love from the audience. So if you can hear me, you can just say hello in the chat there. Thank you. No, please don't turn on your just turn off your mic. I'm gonna tell you when it's time. Just turn off your mic and your video for now. All right. So but I just want to just, if you can, just say something on the chat room so that I know that you can hear me. If you can hear me clearly, just say something. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat room. Drop them on the WhatsApp group. And yeah, thank you, Israel, Dr. Israel. Thank you, loud and clear from Ken. Thank you. Okay, good. We are good to go. All right. So let's get right onto it. Stephane, can you tell us a little bit of your NFT background? When and how did you start getting involved with NFTs?
So I guess the first time I got involved in NFTs was back in 2017 when I first got into the crypto scene, when I purchased my first Bitcoin in January 2017, became a blockchain Bitcoin decentralization evangelist, like you as well, Toju. And I was telling people, NFTs are going to be a way that this blockchain technology is going to be used by artists in the future to publish their art. But I didn't think I would be in that space. I'm not an artist. I've never collected art. It's just not my thing, right? But I understood the technical possibilities, and I used it as an example of like why this blockchain technology would be so great. Fast forward a few years, and then in early 2020, basically when the lockdown started, all of a sudden I had a lot more time in front of the computer, although I already spent a lot of time in front of the computer. That's when kind of the scene on Wax started. And what happened is, just like everyone else who gets into blockchain, you hear about your friends making mad gains and you're like, what? What do you mean you bought a pack of NFTs and now you can sell it for 10 times the price? All right, you've got my attention. What's going on, right? So I got in. So that was the first sale on Wax, which was Garbage Pail Kids, which is a brand that's a collectible brand that's existed for like 30 years. It used to be physical cards created by this company Topps, which I'm sure you've heard of. They make many collectible series. They have a lot of brands under that company. And then those packs, it was series one of the first launches on Wax. Prices went crazy, got my attention. I jumped into the next sale, which was Tiger King. Now, the Tiger King NFT sale was not as successful as the Garbage Pail Kids sale, but I got in there, I bought a few packs, and I was able to resell them that same day, and I basically doubled my money. Bought a few $100s, made a few $100s. I was like, wow, this is amazing. I'm a genius NFT trader. And then while doing that, I'm like, oh, I'll open some packs, got some cards, got some rares. I'm like, oh, I'm only missing a few for my collection. Went on the market, chatted with some friends. Hey, you have that one? I'll trade it for that one, et cetera, et cetera. And then next thing I realized, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm now a collector as well. I thought I was a trader, but now I'm a collector, and I'm finishing these set, and there's one missing, and it's annoying me, and I don't know why, but I'm like, I need to go buy it and finish my set. And then so then I was like, wow, like what just happened here? Like a month ago, I was not into NFTs at all. I didn't think it was my thing. All of a sudden now I'm a trader and a collector. And then that's when I realized, like, wow, this stuff is powerful. When people find out, they're going to enjoy it just like I'm enjoying it. And it's gonna become really popular. So then I stayed in the scene, kept collecting, ended up buying a lot of COGS season 1, which have also risen a lot in value. And I've been able to basically sell those packs and then buy some other series. And then, kind of those initial buy-ins kind of kept me going for a few months, buying the series that are coming out, interacting with the people in the Wax NFT community, really enjoying it, making a lot of new friends, meeting other traders, et cetera, et cetera. So it was overall really a pleasant experience. And that's when I was like, okay, I want to get more involved than just a trader and a collector. I want to become a creator as well. So what we did is we started a free series, right? And it was designed with our EOS Hot Sauce, which is a weekly publication that we do about what's going on in the EOS and Wax ecosystems, and Ultra as well. And then we started releasing 5 spicy rare NFTs every week to go along with the hot sauce. So if you tuned into our hot sauce at the premiere, you know, you're active in the chat, you have a chance to win one of these 5 rare NFTs. So we didn't sell these NFTs, right? We just gave them away. People, we gave them away to our active community members to reward them, right? And to increase our engagement in our social media platforms. So we wanted more views on YouTube. We wanted our numbers to go up, and this NFT series really helped us do that. And we saw our numbers go up. We saw a lot of people coming in every week at noon on Sundays. Hey, the live chat, what's up? Spicy Rares. And it was super fun, and it was very successful. And then so from there, we kept going, kept wanting to innovate and create more in the space. And then one of our ambassadors, Brian from Vancouver, calls me up in July, and he has a friend that's produced a graphic novel, so comic book, but with real pictures and some extra special effects added on to it afterwards in post-production. He created a comic book, Van City Outbreak, zombie outbreak type of deal, and they didn't know how to distribute it or publish it. Creating the physical copies was too expensive. There was no way really to distribute it. And so then he was talking with Brian, and Brian and I had just talked actually a week prior about NFTs and how the space was blowing up and how it's going to change everything and etc. So he calls me up. He's like, hey, do you think we can publish Van City Outbreak as an NFT collection? So I was just saying yes to all the ideas at that time, just wanting to get more involved. Like, nice, we've got an artist that wants to publish their content as an NFT. Beautiful, let's do it, right? So we work with the artist, we extract some of the nicer pieces of artwork from that comic book, we create a collectible series, and we published it on Wax for Halloween last year. And then there was some bonuses if you collect the entire set. You got a collector's edition, a few things like that. And it was our first pilot project to see, is this going to work or not, etc. So we made a few $1,000s of sales, which was good, which was a lot from the community that I had built by being very active for almost like 10 months in the Wax community, knowing a lot of the big traders, the content creators, etc. So people were willing to like, hey, give us a shot, check out the project. So that was episode 1, and then there was 2 episodes. So episode 2 we released in January, and then the first second of the sale went live, we sold as much as we did the first episode. So right there, that was the moment when I knew .gems was going to be something big, and I was going to not have any free time anymore. It was going to be a ton of work to do and lots of content to create and publish through NFTs. So we ended up having 4 times as many sales in episode 2 than episode 1, which was really good. We're all super happy with the result. Reed, the artist, is very happy with the result as well. He made a lot more money than he thought he could have with these comic books. And it was a great, successful first project for us as .gems.
Yeah.
So I think that covers kind of the history, my introduction, basically the last year of how I got into NFTs. And at every step, I was just like, wow, this is super fun. This is super cool. People are going to love this. People are going to lose their minds. So that's where we're at, I guess, right now.
Now, that's really fantastic. Now, I can't help but notice the transition from being just a trader who was really just interested about making money. Okay, wow, people are making money from this stuff, so why not? And then you became a collector because it became interesting. And now you're a creator. Now you have a project, and that is actually quite a beautiful transition. And I feel that it's very relatable. Not like you came up from like the super NFT atmosphere or something. You actually graduated from where a newbie could, so
exactly. And like you said, any crypto enthusiast can find his spot in the NFT. I'm not an artist, that's not my thing, right? But I know other artists who are not into blockchain and they need my help, to distribute their content. So just like blockchain, whatever your skill is, you can kind of somehow apply it into the space. Well, very similar with NFTs, possibilities are very open, and there's tons of stuff to explore, basically.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for that deep insight on your journey into the NFT space. Okay, so you also mentioned dot gems. When you talked about being a trader and then being a collector and then having an artist that you help publish the stuff. Can you tell us a little bit more about dot gems? What is dot gems?
Yeah, for sure. So dot gems is EOS Nation's NFT studio. So this summer, when me and Martin really got bitten by the NFT bug, and we're like, yeah, we want to create, an NFT studio that's going to help artists publish their art, right? Not everyone at that time was as supportive of the idea than they are right now, because it hadn't gone absolutely crazy mainstream yet, like it has now. But we were very dedicated, and we worked hard at it, and it's been growing from there.
Okay, fantastic. I have a question, like, as a blockchain enthusiast or as a creator or as an artist, um, how can I be part of dot gems?
Well, so dot gems, what we're trying to build is we're trying to build a community of creatives and collectors and bring them together, and then grow with the space, along with the space. So for now, people can join our Telegram group. People can follow us on Twitter at @gems_, and we'll soon have our Discord channel up, which will be the main hangout for the dot gems community.
Okay, cool.
So yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you wanted to say something? I hope I'm not.
Sure. Well, before we go deeper, I do want to just touch upon what is an NFT and what makes it special. Maybe not everyone. I'm not sure how familiar everyone is with these concepts. So basically, an NFT is a unique representation of any type of media. So it can be a still picture, it can be an animation, it can be a video, it can be an audio. Basically, any type of media content can be uploaded to the IPFS blockchain. And then on Wax, for example, you mint your NFT. There's only one copy of this created from your account. And the media contained in that NFT points to the location on IPFS, Internet IPFS servers, where you can host files in a decentralized way. And the beauty and the magic of NFTs is that no one can copy that token that you create, that one token, because the blockchain, you can't mess with the transactions on the blockchain, you can't mess with the tokens, right? So that security, that 100% guarantee that this is real, is what is basically the magic behind NFTs. So in the old art world right now, there's a lot of problems with frauds and fakes. And even the biggest auction houses in the world, like Sotheby's and Christie's, sometimes sell fakes. And it actually happens more than you think. I've heard numbers like 25% or more, maybe, they end up selling fakes. So there's a huge industry of people whose job is to be a forensic art scientist type of deal, to detect if this painting is a legit painting or if it's a fraud, right? And in the last few years, the fraud technology, the replica technology, has gotten so good that these experts cannot have 100% confidence often in their analysis of whether or not this artwork is real or not, right? So that's been plaguing the art world for many, many years, and it's a problem that's gone harder and harder over time. What NFTs are allowing us to do, it allows all of us to be 100% experts in determining if that NFT is the real one. Is it really published by the .gems account, or is it published by a random Toju account that just copied our logo and is trying to sell our NFTs without our permission. Well, it's very easy to look at the NFT, look at the account creator. Is this .gems or is this random person, right? So now suddenly with NFTs, all of us are experts that can determine instantly and at no cost if this piece of content is authentic or not, right? So we're now better than all these forensic art scientists that spent their whole lives building this skill set. Boom, irrelevant, because now it's very clear the blockchain security backs that token, backs that collection that you create, and no one can fuck with it if your blockchain is secure, which Wax, EOS, Ethereum, all those things, are very secure. They've never been honed to be hacked. So all those security properties are embedded into your artwork. So before NFTs, it was very hard for artists to sell their work online. How can you sell your work when anyone can just right-click, copy the image, right? So it didn't really work, and digital artists didn't have a way to distribute their art. So some platforms basically did everything on their platform, and they're like, hey, there's only 10 of these that exist, and you can collect them. And then that was gaining popularity, but it's centralized to that one company who created that platform, and they're the one holding all the pictures and the NFTs, fake NFTs. Whereas on EOS, on Wax, on Ethereum, you're trusting that decentralized security to be applicable to your art. So final point about why NFTs matter is the classic. It's the first thing people will tell you when you say, oh, I think NFTs are cool and they have value. They're like, why? I can just right-click save your picture. And then, so what's the difference between right-click saving a picture or having the original, right? Well, then you can ask them, well, what's the difference between having the Mona Lisa on my wall or having a replica Mona Lisa on my wall? Visually, that replica is identical. You cannot tell when you walk into my living room, is that the real Mona Lisa or not? Well, kind of obvious it's not, but visually it's identical, right? However, if I put up the real and a print up on a wall and ask everyone, hey, which one has more value? No one's going to mistake that the replica might have more value than the real one, right? So why does that real one have more value? If the utility of a painting is to look pretty on my wall. Clearly, that's not where the value of a painting comes from. It's not from seeing it on my wall. It's not from having that image as my desktop background. It's owning the intent of the artist. So the intent of the artist was to create one piece, and he's the one that created it, and that's where the value lies. So the value lies within the ability for the artist to imbue that intent in an NFT in a way that is immutable and forever locked in there. And so that's why Beeple puts out a video of 10 seconds, someone buys it for $6 million or whatever. And then normal people lose their minds and they're like, what do you mean he paid $6 million? I just watched it for free. What a fool, right? But really the value is that super fan that bought that NFT has that status and has that reputation. And then there's all sorts of other cool things that also come with NFTs. For example, you can see who held which NFT for how long, right? So that Beeple goes to this very famous collector, and then you buy it off that famous collector, and you're like, look, this NFT was owned by Beeple, and then it was owned by this guy, and now it's me. And that's public on the blockchain, and that's verifiable instantly. Yeah, you know that's not a fake. You know that's real. So so I think I'll leave it there.
Yeah,
I think that was a good explanation.
That's a lot of value already. That's a lot of deep insight. I think that already answered one of the questions I was going to ask you, and the question is, what is the value of NFTs? From what you've said now, it is a lot of value. It has already disrupted an entire, should I say, ecosystem or business model or way of verifying art. because now it's decentralized. Everybody's an expert. Everybody knows, and is transparent. It's on a public blockchain. If you put it on a public blockchain, you know, so it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. It already answers the question of the value of NFTs. And one thing that you said that really got to me was that the value of a piece of art is not the physical beauty it gives to your room when you put it on the wall. You know,
a bit, a part of it.
That's just a part of it, you know, but then the intent of the artist, and that is really insightful because, I mean, it's
exactly.
mind-blowing. So
it's mind-blowing, and it's 100x improvement. It's like that security, that authenticity of NFTs is 100x improvement off old world art that, you know, and those problems. And that's why, like, if there's a product that's very popular in the world, you make a similar product and it's 10% better, or it's the same product but 10% cheaper, but you have no brand recognition, you're not going to displace that other product. 10% improvement is not big enough to get people to change their habits. 100x improvements or 10x improvement, that's when you have a chance of people being like, whoa, what is this? What can you do with these? And then, so the other big advantage of NFTs is that since every sale is tracked on the blockchain, you can program some rules into those secondary sales where the artist gets a percentage of all those secondary sales, right? So in the old world, when I buy a piece of art for $1,000 and then I sell it 10 years later for $10,000, that original artist doesn't get any money anymore. He got his original sale, that's it. Now, with NFTs, every secondary market sale generates some revenue for the artist, for the content creators. So that is a huge appeal for the artists. And not only that, they don't need to worry about their manager or their record label screwing them over and lying about the sales numbers and not paying them what they should, because all the transactions are on the blockchain. Anyone can see, oh yeah, this secondary market transaction was worth 10,000. The artist has a 5% cut. Oh yeah, he got $500. Boom. Everyone knows this is legit. Everyone gets paid. No one has to trust anyone else in that process. So that's the other really game-changing feature of NFTs that is attracting a lot of artists to the space.
Wow.
And of course, the mega hype right now is attracting a lot of people as well.
Yeah.
But this mega hype is built off these fundamentals that I've just explained. And that's why people are like, oh my God, they're right. This is going to change everything. I need to get in there. And so we're talking with so many artists, it's insane. So that was my plan, right? With Dot Gems and with Martin, we're like, hey, this summer, we see NFTs are coming. Let's position ourselves to be an NFT studio, a creative agency that helps artists publish on the blockchain, because we know when this stuff becomes popular, there's going to be a lot of artists out there, not many NFT studios. So if we're one of those NFT studios, probably going to be able to, have a lot of business. I thought we had more time to prepare and build and get ready. No, wrong. It happened quicker. So, in 2017, I thought NFTs would have happened quicker than they did. CryptoKitties happened, but then it just blew up Ethereum and it was not a fun experience. And people are kind of like, NFTs, I guess not, right? So in 2017, I thought NFTs would happen sooner. In 2020, when I started getting into it and it started getting popular, I thought it would happen later, the mega hype cycle. So yeah, so sometimes you're a good crypto trader, but sometimes it just stuff happens quicker than you think, or it takes longer than you think. Classic. But now at this point, we've got just so many artists. Hey, what are NFTs? Oh, I have a friend, Steph. He's into NFTs. Call him up. And people are just calling nonstop. We have to stop because now we've just got too much work. We have enough leads. We just need to choose which projects we work with. And just get to work and stop sleeping, basically.
Yeah. So, do you feel that the NFT technology, do you feel that it is ready for the market? Because there's a real need here. It's a really deep need that is a wide gap that needs to be filled. And there was a time you told me there was this particular artist, there was this particular curator that stopped curating because it couldn't tell the difference anymore between the real art and the fake. You know, so that's a wide gap. You know, and so NFTs is providing that value. But do you feel the market is ready, or do you feel this hype is not time? Do you feel the technology is there to accommodate all these people, all these artists that want to create?
EOSIO is ready. Bring on the artists, bring on the art. So Wax and EOS, these networks are ready. They're very high performant. There's no fees, basically. There's no fees to mint, basically. And that enables a lot of creativity compared to Ethereum scene with the crazy gas prices. And basically, when you go on, for example, Nifty Gateway, which is a very popular platform for NFTs on Ethereum, when you purchase an NFT on there, it's just in the Nifty Gateway account, because sending it to your wallet actually going to cost like $50. And most people don't want to spend $50 just to move their NFT. So the gas prices have gone insane on Ethereum, which means that these platforms that are being built on Ethereum are centralized. So it's like you create an account on there and then you play around and you're like, okay, I want to take out all my NFTs into my account. On Wax and on EOS, because of the high performance of these networks, you can just create your own account and buy directly your NFTs and they go directly in your account. So Wax has made it super easy to onboard people. The Wax Cloud Wallet, click create new account, email, password, you're in. They take care of the blockchain resources, nothing like that. Hey, I want some Wax to buy some NFTs. Boom, MoonPay, credit card. There's some fees, not as cheap as if you buy your own Wax off exchanges and send it to your account. But you know that there's that option for people who don't want to do that, just want to click credit card, buy $50 of Wax, go shopping for some NFTs. So Wax has made it super easy. The platform is live and the community has been growing like crazy. A lot of big brands are now publishing on Wax. We had Street Fighter recently. We had Godzilla this week. We've had Shatner and Nimoy from Star Trek. We've had, and then there's rumors of Marvel and Disney coming with series on the blockchain. And so these big brands, they've been in talk with Wax, and there's the Wax Advisory Council that has representatives from many companies who are interested in NFTs. You know, there's a council with Wax, and Wax works with them. And so these big brands like Marvel and Disney, they've been watching the scene, making sure, hey, is the technology ready? Does the server crash when there's the release and everyone tries to buy at the same time? So there's been some bugs like that to overcome. But now at this point, the process is very smooth. The technology for the vast majority works as it's supposed to. And the experience is very, very enjoyable. And it's shown in the amount of growth in the community that we've seen, and the crazy numbers in terms of sales and resales of some of these collections.
Yeah, that's cool. So we're now progressing into Wax. But someone asked a question while we're talking about .gem, so I just want to address that. It was asking a link to the Telegram group. So I'm going to drop a link to that on the chat room so that you can get in on .gems, so you can check it out. If you're an artist, if you want to publish your artwork, or you want to trade, you want to collect, or you just want to be in a community of like-minded NFT enthusiasts, that's a great place to be. So yeah, okay, great. Stephane already.
Well, I dropped the link there. I'll drop the link to our Twitter as well. And then if you follow our Twitter, you know, you'll be up to date on all the events and stuff that we're working on.
Yeah. So you get latest up-to-date news on NFTs and so forth. So now let's come back to Wax. Yeah, you said a lot about Wax. You know, I'm a huge fan of Wax. You know, because I bought some Wax while it was cheap, and you know, poof, the price went up.
A few weeks ago, a few months ago.
A few months ago.
Yeah, nice.
I think I made 3x. You know, but I'm catching that right now because I know it's still the early days. I mean, Wax is not even on Binance. Okay, let's stop talking about price. I'm a trader, so I get carried away. sometimes. All right, but let's talk about.
I think they are working on a Binance listing.
Yeah. I mean, it should get.
Hopefully it comes soon, and hopefully all you traders get that Binance pump for your bags.
Yeah. So not financial advice. No one is telling you to invest or trade or anything. But okay, talking about wax now, there's a lot of value that wax brings. You know, I've told a lot of guys in my group at In Crypto, you know, to create wax account. So can you just tell us? You already said that it's easy, but can you just tell us, you know, a little bit about, you know, getting started on wax, you know, account creation and stuff?
Sure. I've got a good video about that where I go over the account creation and the different types of accounts you can have. So like I said, the Wax Cloud Wallet, very easy, email, password, but then you're trusting Wax to manage your keys and manage your wallet, right? I haven't heard of any issues ever with that system in terms of security or stuff like that. But it is something to consider. You can also create your own normal blockchain wallet. You download the Anchor wallet, which is the best EOSIO wallet. So that Anchor wallet can work for both Wax and EOS accounts. And then you can create your own key in your Anchor, and you can create your own account that has your own key if you prefer to hold your own keys. But of course, you need to be careful. You need to have your backups, all that good stuff. But so those two options are available on Wax, and they're also available on EOS. So Wombat Wallet is kind of the equivalent, where it's just email, password, boom, they give you a free account, they manage your resources, you're off to the races.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to drop links to those tutorials on how to get started on Wax, account creation, and all that jazz, so you guys can go home and do your homework. And you know, so let's proceed. Let's get to the next point now. Stephane, you've already said everything. You've already given us a lot of value in this AMA. So I want you to talk about NFTs application in gaming and VR, because you seem to have, you know, you've talked a lot about its application in art, but
Yeah.
I believe that there is a lot of application in gaming and VR, because I'm sort of like the utility person. You know, I know, you know, there's the, you know, in terms of the artist aspect of the art, but you know, is it possible? I feel that there's a lot of value in NFTs that have utilities. You know, like
Yeah, for sure. And but before I get into it, one final thing about art NFTs. You know, I've been moving around a lot in my life. I grew up in Ottawa, moved to Montreal, moved out west to Vancouver, to Calgary, Revelstoke, back in Montreal. So buying art, what am I going to do? Carry it with me when I'm moving every 6 months? Like, no, that's not going to happen. But now it's all stored on my ledger, and I can carry it with me. So it's much easier to become an art collector now than it was before. And I'm now buying art on my ledger, not even something I thought I would do. Anyways, just to close out that art section, don't dismiss it. It's actually probably more fun and addicting than you realize. But like you said, there's a lot more to do. So that's kind of level one. Hey, what are NFTs? Oh, artists can publish their content in a you know, non-fraudulent way, type of deal, authentic way. But you can build on top of these tokens as well, and that's where, you know, that's where the trend of NFTs currently is right now. So collectible series are nice, but people, like you said, they want more utility to their NFTs. So these can be game items. So there's a very popular game on Wax called Alien Worlds, where you can mine that resource in that game, and then do alliances with other people and other planets, etc. And you can buy these packs of NFTs. You get some rare collectibles, and then these NFTs can be used as game items to boost your mining, etc., etc. Blankos is another example of a super high quality AAA game where it's like kind of like Fortnite, just a massive open world where you shoot, or sometimes it's a race or whatever. It's very customizable. People can build their own worlds, and the characters you play as are Blankos those are created by artists, and then those are NFTs as well. So you buy your character that you play with as an NFT, and then as you play the game, you level up your NFT. And then so soon, now this feature is not yet available in Blancos, but soon they'll unlock the market, and then people can trade their Blancos. So that Blanco, that character you've been building, right? Well, that character item is actually going to live outside the game, and then you can trade it however you want. So definitely that's going to be super popular. Basically all game items in the future are going to be NFTs, because why not? It just makes too much sense.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the focus of the Ultra network, which is one of the networks we're a block producer on. They took that EOSIO software that Block1 created, and they tweaked it and optimized it for gaming and NFTs. So on that network, every game is an NFT. So you buy that game, you buy that NFT. Oh, you don't want to play it anymore, you can send your game to your friend or sell it on the markets, etc. So the Ultra network is kind of like Steam, which is a very popular gaming distribution platform. Ultra is kind of being like the blockchain version of Steam, where everything's going to be basically NFT based. So definitely that's a trend that's coming, and there's a lot of creativity around that. So for us with Van City, at the end of episode 2, we allowed people, we did a human versus zombie NFT battle, on-chain smart contract battle. So people, they bought our packs, whatever, they accumulated extra humans or extra zombies, whatever. You could send them to battle. You send it to this one account, and then we battle everyone. You could send weapons to boost your human, to give him a better chance to kill the zombie. And then it's basically a random number generator that assigns everyone a battle. If your guy dies, we burn that NFT. Those weapons that you send, they're burnt. They're done. But if you win the battle, you get your character back, and you also get a point on the leaderboard. And then at the end of the 7 days, we awarded the collector's edition NFT to everyone who got at least 1 kill in the battle, and the number 1 mint, which is always very valuable, right, went to the person that accumulated the most kills in the battle. So these are the type of stuff that people are coming up with to add utility to the NFT, to their NFTs.
Yeah, it's really great. It's fantastic. Just imagine if there was a game and you can take your Godzilla NFT, and battle against a King Kong or something like that. I'm waiting to see a Mortal Kombat NFT. It's gonna be so cool. And there was this game on EOS. For a while it was a big deal. Shane Clash, where you could you could create digital characters, and battle. I feel that the application of that is going to be way bigger and going to be way epic, because now you have real risk, and people love risk. People want to risk something to make a reward.
Get that heartbeat going.
and then the thrill of losing an NFT, to climb on the leaderboard is going to be real fun. It's going to be real fun. And,
exactly.
And it's just proof that we are still in the early stages. So, just paying attention, learning, and, just being active in this space is going to be very rewarding, just like paying attention to crypto in the early days. We're still in the early days anyway, but
and the thing is, like what I'm doing now, like evangelizing about NFTs, I was doing before evangelizing about Bitcoin and blockchain, but explaining Bitcoin and blockchain to people is really hard because they can't visualize it. You just got to tell them, no, the Bitcoins exist. No, they're not actually on your wallet. They're on the network. The keys on your wallet, it controls they're like, what are you talking about? With NFTs, they're like, look, this picture, there's only one that exists. You can see it on the blockchain. You can see it visually, and you can look where it is on the blockchain. Boom. People are like, and you can't fuck with it, and it's for sure legit and authentic. Yes. And boom. People just get it right away.
Yeah, and it's not like this is not the first time people have spent millions on art or weird stuff. People already do that, but this gives people the ability to do it with a sense of security that this is mine.
And then, you know, when I'm trading my cogs with this other trader in the cogs chat that I've never met, I don't know who he is. Is he trying to scam me? I don't know. But I know he's not scamming me because when the trade comes in, I check the asset. Oh yeah, that's really a cog. Boom. There's no worry I'm getting a fake trade or he's gonna take my NFT and not give me his. No. It's all managed by smart contracts. It's all on chain. He sends an offer for a trade. I look at it. I'm like, actually, decline offer. Send them a message, bro. You need to give me more NFTs. This is a 2 of 2 mint here. You want, and then you go back and forth, and then there's no chance of getting frauded unless you don't pay attention and people create fake NFTs. And I mean, you need to pay a bit of attention, but it's really not much.
Pay attention, because it's still possible for me to create a Godzilla NFT that, you know, just use the picture and then put it on a blockchain and, you know, send it to you, you know, but you need to track where it's coming from, you know, and, you know.
But then what happens is that platforms like Atomic Hub, should I share my screen and show a bit of NFTs? Disabled screen sharing.
Oh, okay. I'm going to, I'm not a Zoom professional, guys. So
you got to click the 3 dots there on my video, and then probably just make host or allow share or something.
Okay, I just.
Anyways, yeah, did it work? No, it says screen sharing is not enabled. Anyways,
again,
not a big deal. What I wanted to say is that platforms like Atomic Hub, which is for EOS and Wax, that's the platform where people can create their NFTs, you can upload them, blah, blah, blah. If they notice a collection that's trying to be a fake collection, they just blacklist you and you don't show up on the platform. So your fake NFTs, sure, they're on the Wax blockchain, they still exist, but the collectors that are browsing on Atomic Hub, they don't see them because they've been, you know, removed from that platform. So just all that to say, like, it's not really a problem. There's no fakes, people don't get scammed, and it's just very pleasant atmosphere and environment, you know, to operate in. So we were saying maybe like art is level 1, and we got level 2 NFTs, we got gamification with game items, interactions with games, etc. And then what we think is coming is augmented reality, virtual reality. So as .gems, we've been buying virtual land in a bunch of popular metaverses and hosting virtual galleries to promote the NFT series that are coming up. Right now, we're actually in the process of rebuilding our gallery. It was up for the Van City release, but now we're rebuilding it for our upcoming release on EOS called Dream Big. So we're redoing the gallery, and we'll be showcasing some of the artworks that we'll be selling in our upcoming series. So these NFTs, you'll be able to bring them into the virtual world. So you can literally hang it up on your virtual wall in your virtual house in these metaverses that are run on blockchain. So that's going to be absolutely crazy. Some of you may have seen Ready Player One. That shit is coming. It's going to be based on NFTs. All these items are going to be NFTs, and people are going to want to show off, hey, I've got this shirt made by this designer. It's only got one copy of this shirt in existence, and I wear it as my shirt when I walk around as an avatar in these VR worlds, right? So in line with that, there's been some sneakers, like running shoes. Some people collect running shoes, and there's rare editions of shoes, only 100 made or whatever. And then these collectors, my friend is one of these people, you know, they keep their shoes in a box. And they're like, oh, Steph, look, shows me the shoe in the box. I'm like, oh, wow. He's like, don't touch it. Okay, we got to close it. Got to keep it safe. Don't get dirt or scuffs on it, right? So these shoes, there was a real shoe, and then there was a NFT shoe. The NFT was resold for more than the real shoe, because the NFT shoe, you can wear it on your avatar every single day when you're walking around in VR world, and you're never going to get scuff on it. It's never going to get dirty. So those VR sneakers may be more useful than the real life sneakers, because you can actually wear them in your VR world. And when there's a party or whatever, you come around with your big yellow shoes or whatever it is, people are like, oh wow, those are the one of one Nikes or whatever it is.
More durable, it's more portable. I mean,
exactly. More durable, more portable. Exactly. Like 100x improvement. Another example, right? So now we're seeing fashion designers getting into NFTs, hardcore. These people have catalogs of fashion wear designs. They're already 3D models. They're just waiting to be imported into an NFT collection. So you're absolutely, and if this is starting already, you're seeing these big fashion brands releasing NFTs. And then so for your VR character, you can go to your favorite brand, buy their shirt, buy that NFT shirt and wear it,
wow.
in the VR world.
This is the first time I'm hearing about this, and I'm just thinking about it. If you're a really creative person, you tend to lose a lot, because let's say you create something beautiful, there's no way to trace it back to you. But if you can put that on a blockchain and say, I'm the first person to create this style that everybody's wearing now, is a big deal. It's a really big deal. And I can just imagine. I mean,
everyone is imagining all sorts of things right now. So they learn these things about NFTs that we learned today, and they're like, wow, how can I apply this in my business or in my industry or in my creative works or as a content creator of sorts? Everyone's thinking of new ideas. There's going to be an explosion of creativity. We don't even know where this stuff is going yet. And what it's doing is unlocking this creativity all over the world. Now any artist has a platform to publish their art in a legit, secure, authentic way that they know people can't steal from them, and they're going to get paid when they do. So I don't know, some guy created a meme. He put it up for sale for $10 on Atomic Hub. It was a Cogs meme, and at the time I was trading Cogs all the time. I was like, oh wow, I love that meme. I bought the number one mint for $10. Like just because I was like, nice. I like this feeling. I like the meme. I'm going to support this artist. Give him $10 for that number one mint. Wow. Although I know I'm not going to resell this to anyone. Probably, I have no idea who that artist.
And you never know. You could have bought something really beautiful, because there are memes on the internet right now that we don't know where they come from. All right, it's hard. It's really hard to tell. And anybody can say, I'm the first person to post that. But you have, if that meme, if everybody can relate with that emotion that you had when you bought it, and the meme goes viral, and you can say, hey, I'm holding the original, and someone might say, okay, I'm willing to pay $1,000 for that. And someone says, no, I want to pay $2,000 for that. And that's unlocking a whole new universe of value. It's
mind-blowing. It really is. Right now, there's crazy hype. Let's not kid ourselves. There's crazy hype. Artists are just publishing kind of anything. It might not have much thought into it. They're just putting it on these platforms and hoping it sells, right? A lot of people are buying these pieces of art because they're like, in 5 months, I'll be able to resell it later, right? So there might be a time that comes where all of a sudden there's not people buying just random pieces of art as much as they are right now, and NFT prices are going to crater. So you got to be careful. If you're buying NFTs for trading or investing, you got to be really careful about what you buy, because the crazy prices that we see right now, they're not going to stay forever. What is going to stay forever is that artists are going to publish their artworks and their content as NFTs, that's for sure. But not all NFTs are going to be able to resold at a profit, right? So you got to be careful. You got to know, like, who are the collectors here? How big is this artist? Do they have a large fan base, etc., right? So, and that's why we're hearing more and more big name artists dropping songs and NFTs, videos and NFTs, artwork, etc. And these are the biggest artists in the world. And then what that allows them to do is it allows them to tap into the super fans. So for example, deadmau5, he did a drop on Wax and on Ethereum. So on Ethereum, it costs a lot of money to mint an NFT. Like, it costs maybe $50 to create that NFT and gas fees. So if you want to create, 10 NFTs and sell them $1 each, you can't do that on Ethereum. It's just the gas cost is just too high. So what deadmau5 did is that he published a one-of-one NFT video on Ethereum, and then he published a collectible series on Wax where there's no fees, where you can publish 20 different stickers and have people trade them and collect them for $1 each or whatever. And then what that allows an artist to do is, so those super fans for deadmau5, they paid $20,000 for that one-of-one video NFT on Ethereum, and then he resold it 3 days later for 60,000. Crazy shit, right? Whereas on Wax, you could buy packs for $10 or $30 or something. And then so if you're a fan of deadmau5, you're like, oh nice, I'm a fan of deadmau5, but I'm not super rich and I'm not a super fan. Oh, I'll buy a few packs, right? But for the super fans who want that status of being known as a super fan, because that one-of-one deadmau5 video is chilling in their account, right? So NFTs allow you to sell your art at different prices to your different levels of fans as well. So artists are queuing into all this, and many of them are working on all sorts of releases.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Someone just came in and
you can mute them, Toju.
Just give me a minute. Yeah, I'm done. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. But for those who got distracted, Stephane was talking about how an artist was able to sell the same NFT for different value on different blockchains.
Well, not the same NFT, but just a variety of NFTs. Some of them very rare that target the big spenders and the super fans. Okay. Some of them are more common that targets the more everyday fan that doesn't have tons of money but still wants to buy that pack, have a few deadmau5 stickers, and have a chance at getting one of those ultra rare pieces in those collectible series. So some of these pieces are so rare that if you find it, boom, it's worth thousands of dollars. So obviously when people buy a $10 pack, you open it, you get a few commons, and then you're like, okay, did I get a rare, an uncommon, a super rare? And it's a bit of a gambling feeling, which, I used to do as a kid, collecting baseball cards or hockey cards or whatever. I wasn't that big into it, but I definitely remember opening packs and hoping to get a rookie card, right? Stuff like that. So that same feeling now translates into NFTs, and definitely part of the fun and the thrill of collecting these NFTs. Yeah. Powerful. Thank you so much, Stephane.
Thank you so much. So we've spent like an hour on this AMA. I'm just going to go through our groups now to check if some people drop questions. I know you got some questions. We've said a lot. I feel we've said everything. I was going to ask you about the future of NFTs, but we've already said a lot about that.
Gaming, AR, VR, fashion, all of that wrapped together with NFTs. That's basically where we think the future is going, and that's why we've been purchasing land, so we can put up galleries and have these VR events, and we're working on some cool stuff for the coming months for sure.
Even someone shared in the comments that even tweets, live activities. I mean, that Twitter CEO that sold his tweet for how many $millions? I mean, it's crazy. Thank you, Dr. Israeli. Thank you very much for that comment. He said the problem is having a basic know-how of NFTs, how to create yours, and do so easily. Yeah, so we're going to share the tutorial on how to create NFTs on Wax. And if you've not gained anything from this whole AMA, at least you should know that it's way cheaper to create NFTs on Wax and on EOS than to create on Ethereum.
It's like a penny. It's like a penny per NFT.
Yeah, he said
Maybe
creating
even
an
less. Maybe
NFT
even
should
less.
simply be like buying Bitcoin or trading. It should be very easy. This is what people need. Yeah, and this is the reality. This is the reality, guys. It's actually that easy to create an NFT. I mean, how long does it take to create an NFT? You know,
Not long at all. So I recommend everyone go on Atomic Hub. So the address is atomichub.io. I'll write it in here. Oops, wrote it wrong. And then make yourself an account on Wax Cloud Wallet, a free account. And then there's a NFT creator section at the top of Atomic Hub. Click on there and create your first test account. Now, don't create this account with your name. Just do test account, upload any type of random image. It can be a downloaded image from the internet, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's going to cost you literally like pennies. And then you can create your first NFT. You can understand like, okay, what's a collection name? What's a schema name? How do template IDs work? So there's a bit of a structure to understand to these atomic assets, NFTs on Wax and EOS, but we'll share some guides like Toju said, and it's really not that complicated. And I encourage everyone to just go try it. Random images you don't have to sell them. You just create them, see what it looks like, send one to a friend. You'll for sure make mistakes. For sure you'll make mistakes. An attribute will be wrong. You'll forget a template ID, whatever, and that's fine because you're just trying it out and you're using whatever images. And once you get the hang of it, then you can be like, okay, maybe I'm actually going to create my own collection. And then it's important to think about like what kind of collection you're creating, what kind of different images you'll have, and kind of have an idea of where you're going. But I encourage everyone to just go try it out. It's basically free. And if it's on a just random account, no one will really know, and you can get used to the system.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, so thank you, Dr. Israeli, for your contributions and your comments. So if you got any further comments or contributions, just drop them in the WhatsApp group. You can reach out to Stephane. You can join the .jams Telegram group. There's a lot of activities going on there. If you're interested in NFTs, that is where you want to be, guys. That is where you want to be, all right? Create a Wax account, get yourself some Wax, and, just play around with it, get involved in NFTs. And notice, guys, there's the hype. There's a lot of hype right now, but underneath that, there's a lot of fundamental value, all right? And NFTs are not going away anytime soon because they're creating a much needed value in the marketplace. All right, so we've come to the end of today's AMA. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone that took out the time to come out here and learn. And thank you to our special guest, Stephane, all the way from Canada. Thank you so much for all the great work you're doing on EOS Nation and for coming on here to share your NFT experience with us. Thank you very much. I don't know if
Absolutely.
you have any last words that you want to say, and then we'll go.
Sure, yeah. Thanks for having me. It's been fun. I'm sure I'll share this video with a lot of people that weren't on this call, and they'll also appreciate this video. So that's great. And then final thing I guess I'll say is stay tuned for our upcoming EOS release. So we're doing the first launch of an NFT series on EOS. There was one that was done a few months ago, but it wasn't a sale. It was just kind of like a free drop. We're actually launching 2 series at the same time. They're both focused on the chestahedron, which is the icon that represents the EOS network. So we've got 2 different series. We've got GBK, which is an artist that's been with the EOS community since the start. He's done some fantastic artworks with the chestahedron in various geographical locations. If you've been in the EOS scene since the start, you've probably seen some of his stuff around. So we're releasing his works as a series, and we're also releasing the Dream Big series, which is our first art challenge that we did. So these art challenge, we're going to be doing them on a regular basis. So we had a 2D canvas we set out there, and we're like, hey, artists, if you want to send in your design on this 2D canvas, we're going to take that 2D image and make it into a chestahedron. So we had designs from artists all over the world. We've got 47 different artists that contributed to this series, and we're producing 50 different chestahedrons with 3 different rarities. So that's the Dream Big series that we're releasing on April 10th, along with the GBK chestahedron series as well on April 10th. So get a few EOS ready in your account, buy some packs, crack open those NFTs, and hopefully you get an ultra rare, in your packs. So that's what we're working on right now. Super busy, ton of work, but super fun. And I think people are going to really enjoy this series, the first one on EOS. So if you want to get in there, we're kickstarting the NFT scene on EOS. So if you feel like you missed out, you weren't there last year on Wax when it started, you can join us and be there from the ground floor on EOS in the coming weeks.
Yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Stephane. So we'll be wrapping it up right now. Once again, thank you guys for coming. And that's it, guys. So that's the end of the show. See you guys. I'm going to be dropping a lot of links in our Telegram group. You get a recording of this video on your email if you registered via the link, and it will be on my YouTube channel. So you don't miss anything, guys. You don't miss anything. Thank you very much. See you later. Yeah. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.